This is Leigh, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel, Alchemy Intuitive Arts. And I am your cosmic guru to take you on a trip around the spiritual galaxy. And if that interests you, then certainly punch your ticket. I'd like to say welcome to my new subscribers, and I'd like to say cheers to my continuing subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Please join us. We are talking about spiritual things. Please smash the like button and subscribe. And with that said, let's get into it. So what in the heck has been going on with Kate Middleton? I am making this video because I have a subscriber that has shown interest in another video on this topic about Kate, and a lot of my subscribers themselves have intuition, have psychic gifts, and so they too have a sense about what's going on in the world out there, especially when pertaining to this topic, and we're talking about Princess Kate. And what happened? What really happened with Princess Kate? And of course, if any of you have any insights, please comment below. And we can start a conversation, because I love to hear what people have to say, especially on this topic, because I don't live across the pond. I don't live in the UK. I'm not part of the monarchy. I'm not part of the royal subjects, or whatever this is called. And so I'm sure that many of you have your own opinions about what's going on or what happened with Kate. From an intuitive standpoint, though, remember, on this channel, I talk about psychic impressions, and the video that sparked this whole discussion was related to a dream I had about Kate. And what's so weird about that dream is, like, why would I have a dream about Kate Middleton? I mean, I don't even, live there. I find the monarchy fascinating, and, I have my opinions about these type of things. What really sparked it was the dream I had, and that is why I chose to speak on it. And I think that there was also a lot of discussion, and a lot of people that viewed that discussion on X and on other social media, and there were many people that were wondering and were concerned about Princess Kate. And of course, some people had ideas about what really did happen with Princess Kate. And I have my ideas, and my dog that is so spoiled, wants up on the bench, but she'll fall through, so she can't get up here unless she sits on my lap. Anyways, what is my psychic impression about Princess Kate right now? I think that something did happen with Princess Kate, and I believe that something was quite serious, and that's why we saw so many AI interpretations of Kate, and that's why these specific photos were debunked, and you know, the ones that included her with her children, and the one where she was sitting in the garden, and I think there were a couple of others. You know, she wasn't seen for a half a year or longer, even though perhaps she didn't have many jobs at that time. It seemed like William was taking the lion's share of the jobs, and we did not see Kate until most recently. And in my opinion, what we have been seeing of Kate is very curated, meaning that the palace is continuing to curate what is going on with Kate. And I'm not saying that Kate isn't with us anymore. What I'm saying is that perhaps something serious did happen. Perhaps there was a bit of a cover-up, and perhaps with all the uprise and people asking questions, they kind of didn't expect to hear people questioning what was going on with her. But then again, why wouldn't people question? It's natural for them to question, where is the princess? And even now, her time out and about with her duties is quite limited. And like I said, it appears to be somewhat curated. And so, you know, there may be much more to this story than we know about. I know that I have my feelings about what happened, and what I believe happened was serious, and that potentially Kate was either in a long period of healing. Perhaps she had second thoughts about what was going on with her in the monarchy. And, you know, it's no secret that there's been some gossip about the Queen and the King and the Prince and the Princess. And of course, when you roll the other Prince Harry and Meghan into that, all that controversy, it gets kind of spicy. So we really are not exactly sure what is happening. We don't know how sick Prince Charles is. We don't know if there was some kind of family dispute, to say it nicely and politely, between Princess Kate and Prince William that may have caused her to disappear from public eye for 6 to 9 months. But we do know that she is supposedly doing well, and Many of us have concerns about how well is Kate actually doing. Was she lured back into her position? Did she have a very arduous recovery from the cancer, or does she still have cancer? You know, there's a lot of people coming down with cancer these days, and there's a lot of people, just in general, the number of people dying from various causes since 2020 has gone up significantly, as recorded by the insurance agencies that pay out for life insurance. The insurance agencies are concerned because they've been paying out a lot more money over the past few years since 2020, and there's data to show that. So, you know, it is quite possible she could have gotten one of these turbo cancers, as they talk about here in the US. But my feeling is that there was a significant event that perhaps she either left and was lured back, or left and chose to come back to her roles and duties. And that's where it stands. I think she is being seen in limited capacity. There may be something else going on with William and with her in terms of their marriage, but, you know, it would take a lot for somebody to give up being a potential queen. I mean, think about it. Becoming a queen. I mean, this girl has worked her ass off for this position, and she's done it for the most part with grace. And she's, you know, worn the right clothes and said the right things, and dutifully had a male son and a daughter and even another male son. And so she definitely has put in her time. She has given her effort to become the next queen. Although that may not happen for a while, a lot of things can happen between now and then. You know, there could be war. There could be things that actually change the monarchy. There could be other events on the horizon that will come into focus as we progress on through after the election here in the US, and who comes into power, and, you know, which countries align with who. These are all going to be factors in how this monarchy continues. And obviously this has been going on for a long time, so it wouldn't be an insignificant event to see that change, of course. But I do believe that Europe would be one of the first places that would go under fire if there were some kind of world war situation. You know, we've seen that in the past. We've had 2 prior world wars, and we could see a third. I mean, it isn't inconceivable. And we're seeing this, and you can refer to my prediction video. I think there is some energy around the escalation of this happening. And so all of this, I believe, will tie into the way that we do business in the world. And I do believe, especially with all these planets in retrograde, that we are seeing a very significant time of the revisiting of things that have been and establishments that have always been in our lifetime and in our parents' lifetimes. I think that many of these things that have had control and power are beginning to crumble. And I do see that potentially these things are going to really change the way that we look at the world. And we already are changing the way we look at the world. We're changing the way we look at the people we've looked up to over the years. I mean, look at the whole Hollywood thing, the music industry, Epstein, and we know which royal was involved in that one. So the things are changing, and people's roles are changing, and people's roles will change, and their roles may even go away. And so as far as Kate, we shall see. I'm going to continue to try and tap into her energy and tap into the news, because the way that I get these things is I put subjects together, and then my brain processes all this. It's kind of like making a smoothie, you throw in all the ingredients, and then I go to sleep while the blender's blending, and then I wake up with this whole idea or this whole concept, and that's how it works for me. For other people and their intuition, it may be different, but that's how it works for me. I use, things I've learned. I use messages from the ethers, from God, from the divine, from the universe. I use the news, synchronicities, and events, and then I just get an intuitive hit about it. So that's where it is today, and I certainly will update my feeling about this in the future if I feel that something significant comes along, or if there's anything else you want me to plug into or that you're plugging into. Please let me know, and we can look at it together. With that said, peace, love.